So it's Tuesday. Monday consisted of pretty much bush hogging the trail again after I cut all those limbs off of it, of the branches that overhung the trail, and then I just went over and mulched them up again. But I'll show you what's happened Tuesday. Georgia Power has been here, and we have our electricity. Walk down this way. The rate at which these guys got this done is pretty incredible, because they had to set a pole, and then it went underground to a transformer, and the angle to come off of the other pole, in the hopes of saving as many trees as we could, you know, without jeopardizing the power line itself. Like if a tree was to fall or limbs could touch it or whatever, that was the idea behind it. But I'll flip this around here and let you see. So yeah, this is the vendor entrance. Here's the pole they put in. I'll show you the angle that they had to come off to get to the other pole. The poles were pretty far apart, but they did a bang up job on this. You can see the connection up there. And they went down, found some more rocks to put on the corners of the driveways. But they came down here and just went along the road up to the transformer. I'll show you where that's at. So yeah, that's where we just were. Comes down, hits the bend here. This is again the vendor's entrance where they come off of Cooper. And there's the transformer. That's where it comes from the pole power, gets broke down, and then it goes across the road. This way it comes back to the utility building, and from there it goes on up to the barn. We'll head up that way. Yeah, this is just another step, the process, and I think we're ahead of schedule on that and a few other things actually. You can see some of the stones that they got out. I'll be collecting those and put those on the corners where I don't want people to drive. But yeah, it comes out transformer here and heads on up this way to where the temporary pole is. I'll show you that. Yeah, it came from the transformer down the road, down alongside the road here to the temporary pole. And from here it'll go underground eventually through the corner down there, and then into the service, which is approximately right in here. But yeah, it's coming along. This is Tuesday. On Thursday they're scheduled to pour the concrete. It's really moving along at a pretty rapid pace. They started digging in the road today. We'll head over there and I'll show you that. The roads that'll take them from the entrance to the drop-off point at the barn. There's the road. It'll come down along those piles of dirt, come up here. There'll be a circle around and drop off to the, or there'll be a circle that goes around and you drop people off at the door and then go park. Something else I just noticed, not only are we gonna have the patio here, but they started to work the area just over here. We're gonna have several hundred square feet of like grass and lawn for people to hang out underneath the big pine. And she's pretty big. Looks like it's getting ready to start dropping all of its pollen. So we're gonna go through what they call the lime green dust season for a couple weeks. Hasn't really affected me, but there's a lot of people around here whose sinuses get tore up with it. This right here, this was a huge mound right in here, and they took that out and started to level it out and put the dirt there, the topsoil. Then this will all get worked down to get a gentle slope here. And back there is the leach field. I think we're going to put wildflowers on it and a couple trees along the perimeter. So it's all starting to come together. A lot got done today. We'll go over and get a shot on the road. Honestly, I mean, I've done construction jobs before. I've seen stuff get built. I think the first thing I saw really getting built, I had my hands on it, I was like 12 years old. So I've seen this, been around work sites. And when it's for you, it's a whole different thing. It's, I'm not gonna lie, we have a lot of ups and downs. If you're thinking about doing an SBA loan, start practicing patience right now, because it is a process. But like I said, when it's for us, it's a whole different, scope of, you know, not only do they have problems, but I have problems. The guys that we got building this, I can't say enough good about them, honestly. Both sides, the general contractor, the builder, Georgia Power even. I mean, we got off to a bad start, but we worked it out, you know. So I'll flip this around here and show you the road coming in. Here's the road coming in. This area in here, all through here, was extremely saturated. And when you walked on it, you couldn't feel it. You drive a vehicle on it, it felt like you were on a mattress. And I think, I don't know, I'm not a geologist, but I feel like it was explained to me a long time ago by an old man when I was doing septic as a kid, that those things come about from creeks and low-lying areas where a lot of water runs across it. So to put it in perspective, everything that's in the camera right now, all that area back to behind the pines back there, that all slopes this way. And the same can be said on the other side of this little valley. All the way out to the road, all the way up where those pines are, all of it comes right here into this general little area. And water goes, you know, everybody knows how water rolls, downhill, water and something else. Anyway, so as that, over the years, hundreds of years, when this was a farm, that water it didn't erode, but it moved dirt as it washed out. And every creek around here, when it rains real hard, looks like this clay. I mean, every one of it, doesn't matter what it is. So over the years, that water would, you know, collect in those valleys, and it just deposited small amounts at a time that stayed super saturated. And my personal opinion on how I think it happened was it just filled it in and the water kept running over it. So it's still a low spot, but it filled in all the cracks and crevices. And I think, I don't know, I wasn't here, but probably a few hundred years ago, there was some kind of creek or valley or gully, ditch, something that ran down through here naturally. And it deposited, you know, with every rain, a pickup truck load of dirt or whatever. I don't know how to explain the volume. But the stuff I'm walking on now, I mean, it'll hold a person, no problem. But it's soft when you put something real heavy on it, like a piece of equipment. So you can see where they cut another swale in here to help divert the water into the silt fence. But when they were digging this out, this stuff was soaking wet, saturated, deep, several feet deep. So this gives you a little bit better view. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but this gives you somewhat of a view of how the water ran down. And when we bought this was overgrown. But I had no way of knowing this. Like this area over here on the other side of the silt fence, you can walk through that. The stuff that was where this parking area is, you could not walk through. It was pretty dense. So that being said, the problems that we're incurring is having to scoot the road over just a little bit, getting some solid ground under it. And you know it's been eroded because this stuff is full of sand. like tiny particles of sand are mixed in with the dirt. And it's good and bad. It lets the water get through it quicker. It's not hard packed clay soil, but it tells you that water has ran through here for years. So, but there's a lot of dirt here. We're going to build this road up, get it above the low-lying areas, get it packed real good. And over here, this is going to be grass. If we had to park vehicles on it, we could, like just regular cars. I wouldn't do it if it had rained a lot. But in the summer, it'll hold a car no problem. But I don't think we're gonna need to park there because we have all of that over there. Like, we have plenty of parking. Parking is a non-issue. So, and that's Tuesday. Wednesday, they're gonna be building up this road. Thursday's the big the big day for the pour. And the concrete's already ordered. The pump truck's already ordered, so they can pump the concrete. And Ginger has graciously agreed to get up at 6 a.m. to get footage of it as it's getting pumped and poured. And then we will have a slab. So you can see the difference right here. Like, that's as hard as a rock. So they've got the loose stuff out. They're starting to put the clay back in. It's almost like building a pond, but not. So that's the progress so far today. We'll keep you posted. Concrete day has arrived, so have the trucks. The pumps are over here. It's a little bit before 6 o'clock on Thursday, so it's time to get it on. Here they come. They're starting to stack up. So I just left over there. As you can see, it's still dark. You can't see me, I guess. But I'm on my way to work. They were pouring the footers, and here in about maybe an hour or so, they'll actually start pouring the pad. It's moving along. It's a big day. And next footage I get will be when I get off work, and they'll be finishing it probably if it ain't finished. So Ginger's headed over there in about an hour, and she'll get some footage, and that's probably what you'll see next. It's been 12 hours since I was here. I'll flip this around and let you see it. They got it saw cut and everything. You can tell where the different finishes are for sure. The patio's got a little bit of a broom finish. And the actual barn and everything's got a really nice polished finish. Looks great. I'm assuming this part right here was the very last part poured. It's really starting to come together. The patio looks like it's as big as the barn now. I'll go around the other side. Here's the core samples. I'll get sent off to see how hard the concrete's gonna get, but I seen it come out of the truck. It looked pretty good. It's come a long way. So I guess tomorrow we get the rain. I'll stop by and see how good it drains. That's all we can do right now. The big timbers get here 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, the middle of April. Once the frame starts going, I'd say as fast as these guys got this done, the framing ain't gonna take long at all.